Good morning, Tarot viewers. Okay, welcome to Good Morning Tarot. As you can see right now, I have two crystal balls. Now, these two crystal balls are this one is a clear quartz crystal. This one is just a crystal ball, but this is very important to me because this was the first crystal ball I had, and it was a crystal ball that allowed me to discover that I could do divination. It's as if maybe in my previous lifetime I was doing divination because the moment I received this crystal ball from a friend, my friend, when he discovered that yeah, I was already clear, my clear gifts were already developing in me. He said, "I have a crystal ball that I am not using. You want to use it?" And then the moment I saw the crystal ball, I immediately knew how to read it. Maybe in my previous lifetime. Anyway, I was looking at this crystal ball today, and I saw two people. Well, you can say two energies kissing. But why? Because I saw one energy as white, the other energy as green. They were kissing each other on the lips, but at the same time, they were holding each other's hand. The white is holding the green one. The white the right hand of the white is holding the left hand of the green energy. Okay, if it is an energy, it means that the other one, well, usually when you look at the clear crystal, it opens all the chakras and it magnifies the chakras. So it can be a person whose all her chakras are open, or his chakras are open. The other one is green, the heart chakra. It makes me think of the heart chakra. So that is most likely a very loving person. Can be emphatic also. The other one is all around. That person is also emphatic and everything. All the chakras are a well balanced person. The other one is highly empathic. The green one. They kissed each other. I don't know. Maybe they have not seen each other for a long time, or maybe they finally saw themselves in this lifetime. I don't know. Just take it if it resonates with you. Maybe you met somebody in the airport and gave a short kiss to each other, and maybe your energy fits that kind of energy. It's a good energy. I mean, green and white. Yeah, maybe yeah, it's nice, beautiful. Anyway, let's now see what is our energy for today. Okay, it's a general reading for everyone. Okay, so this is for all signs. Okay, usually when I read the crystal balls, no, this one, since it's a clear crystal, I just read it as it is. The other one, since it's a clear glass, I read it with crystals. So you will see usually a crystal behind them. For me, the glass is like a magnifying glass, and I get to feel the messages of the crystals behind it. Okay. So so usually when I read the clear glass, I usually put the crystals with it. Okay. Oh, the main energy. Looks like you right now have the capacity. You are undergoing transformation. That's what I feel right now. And the universe has given you the capacity to be aware of the things that you need to change in your life. And at the same time, you are given the grace to finally address them. Okay. Now, these are things that you can easily remove because all you have to do is to take them out of your neck. Okay. The chain is very loose, but you've grown into it. It's something that you have developed all throughout the years, that you don't exert any more effort in removing them. You got used to it. You said, anyway, I am still able to move around, although in a limited sense, because you couldn't get out of that sphere where you are being changed into. So in a certain sense, you became comfortable with it in a certain sense. And you see here, the two people have developed horns already and tails. So in a certain sense, the habit or the habit somehow grew into them already. So it's part of them already. But it will take some time to overcome them. But to get rid or to remove themselves from the situation, they can. All they have to do is to have the courage or have the effort, exert the effort to remove themselves. All they have to do is to take out the chain, that is to free themselves from whatever binds them to that situation, and then to walk away. When they walk away, it might take some time for them to remove the horns and the tails. So it means that it's not an easy process. They will still struggle to get used without that habit. So it's like the Israelites going to the desert, leaving Egypt. They still long for Egypt because they haven't attained the promised land. So in a certain sense, it will take some time for you to find that complete healing, but you have the ability now to remove the chains and take yourself away from the situation. Okay, so right now it seems that the main energy is you are given that gift right now to address a certain habit that you can finally remove and you can take away take yourself away from the situation so that yeah you can slowly heal. So in a certain sense, yeah. So I don't know if you will have a tower moment, but you don't have to wait for that tower moment. You can immediately say, I deserve a better life than this, and walk away. Well, first you have to remove the chain. So you have to personally tell, I don't need this one, and then remove that chain and walk away. Once you walk away, stay away so that you will slowly live a life not lo- free from the influence of this thing. You see, this thing grew just like as this devil is very big because in a certain sense you served this thing. In a certain sense you fed it. Somehow these two people are like servants. No, they were feeding the devil and the devil grew. So in a certain sense, this habit grew to a point that it became powerful in your life because you fed it. Now, for this one, you need to walk away because it's already very strong. So it grew to be very strong already that you need to walk away in order to set yourself free. Right now, I see in the crystal ball a person walking away. I think this person is wearing a jacket. And yes, this person is walking away. Okay. Anyway, yeah, he or she is walking away. Mm. And there's an orb before this person. Maybe he is accompanied by spirit. He or she is accompanied by his or her spirit guide. Okay, so yeah, there's a female and a masculine male there. You have the capacity to walk away. Remove the chains and say, I do not deserve it. I prefer more. You are in a place where there is darkness. They say evil is in the absence of light. So one of the things that you have to do is to bring the light into your heart. Okay. Stay with positive people. Change your environment. It taking away the changes. Changing your the chains is changing your environment. You see here, the star is inverted, so it means you couldn't find the direction. The star is the one that gives us direction, being in touch with the divine. So I think a bigger part of it is being in touch with the divine so that you will find the direction again. The star will go back up again. You can walk away now. So whatever this habit, it doesn't have to be a serious one, a big one. You try to look in your life today. What is this bad habit that you can remove already? It doesn't have to be a big one because this is a general reading. It can be a small habit, but something that has grown into you, that it became powerful enough that you couldn't, you have difficulty setting yourself free. Okay, like what comes to me right now, coffee. Well, coffee is good in a certain sense. It picks us up, no? I take coffee also, it picks me up. But there comes to be a point wherein your system longs for coffee and you find to yourself taking it more than you normal people would do. Okay. And you you couldn't live without it in a certain sense. So in a certain sense, it grew on you and you couldn't get rid of it. So maybe it's just a little thing as that. No? But in a certain sense, it affects your system in a sense because it disturbs your circadian rhythm. And as you undergo transformation, you realize that you need to allow nature to decide when you will wake up, when you will rest in a certain sense. So gradually, as you undergo transformation, you will notice that nature has a way of teaching you its own way of keeping you awake and own way of keeping you allowing you to rest. Okay, so anyway, so that is what we can see at this present time for the main energy. Now let us try to see what we can expect for today. Okay, so you will rely on your relationship with the divine, which is symbolized by the eternity here, and your inner strength. The strength that comes with your being in touch with the divine. And I feel the lion is the habit that you need to kick away. But instead of kicking away, the person befriended the habit. In a certain sense, maybe, yeah, try to discern your situation. Maybe you don't have to really, no, but I think you need to walk away. You see, from darkness, the person found themselves in light. So you need to walk away. You need to remove the chains in order to, yeah. I think the lion symbolizes everything that you are afraid of. That is why you are not walking away because there are a lot of fears that keeps you chained into this situation. It's time for you to face your fears and walk away. So somehow befriending the lion is befriending the things that you fear. Maybe that's the thing, that the fear is the one that keeps you from walking away. It's time for you to face your fears, move forward, and maybe the things that you fear are not really very fierce, but they are just as gentle as this lion, as gentle as a cat. The lion has the, yes, the lion can be fierce, but the lion also is by nature a cat. And a cat usually enjoys when they are cuddled this way. So, in a certain sense, yeah, the lion can symbolize your fear, and all you have to do is to befriend that fear and walk away. Very nice. It's beautiful. And you need the universe. And the universe, the advice of the universe is that help is on the way. The universe is sending you all the spirit animals to help you, all the spirit guides to help you, all your ancestors who are, everybody who had been assigned to take care of you. They're coming on their way. Resistance is on the way. Incoming. Okay. It's like asking for, you're in the battlefield and you're asking for artillery fire, and then the artillery fire are coming already. Uh, and then you take cover, you make sure that you are out of the range that they are going to fall. Okay. Help is on the way. So do not worry. Just have the courage to overcome your fears and walk away. Okay. It will take some time, discipline, and you need the light. You need that relationship with the divine. So, this is our reading for today. I'm tempted to add two more cards. Okay, you see, having good boundaries and going on trips, adventure. Look at this walking away as an adventure, something, discover something new. I think to Remove yourself from this thing. You think of those things that you've always wanted to do and start doing them. Because this one, the page of wands, is like a person who is fulfilling his bucket lists. So, what are the things you've been wanting to do? You don't have to really travel, but for some of you, yeah, physical travel can be part of it. Going away from the environment, maybe going to another place. For some of you, moving. For some of you, temporarily traveling and then going back. But you need to free yourself from the situation. I think it's attending to the bucket lists, something that will get your attention and set you on fire so that you will not lead anymore this crutch that you have right now. And you need to have boundaries. You need to, yes, you need to be gentle with yourself, but at the same time, you can be firm in saying no, no. Okay, to be able to say no to these things that you need to let go. Wow, it's beautiful, no? And you will attain this wholeness. Who knows? If this is an unhealthy relationship, then somebody will come along who is capable of a healthy give and take. But in order for you to find this person, you need also to be that person because our energy draws similar energies. So it means that you need to undergo transformation also. You need to develop a deeper relationship with the divine. Be more docile to the guidance of the universe. Attain maturity by saying no to those things that you need to work on. Be on fire. uh, Nurture your inner self, because here attending to the bucket list is nurturing your inner self so that you can attain a certain fullness, a certain ability to be a cup that is overflowing, a cup who is capable of unconditional love. And when you do, you attain that kind of stage, then you will draw a person also who is at the similar stage. And yes, there will be a more fulfilling relationship. So, for us, in a general sense, we have certain things to work on. We need to declutter our life. Walk those negative things that keep us from flying. Okay. Well, that's our reading for today. I hope it resonates with you. Let us now go to the second part, which is self care tip. Okay, for our self care tip, we will be using card number 19. And it just made me, just before we go to that, I remember what we saw here in the crystal ball about two people kissing each other, and it can be related to the cards that we read, like traveling. You might be meeting that person in the airport. They try to see, maybe the person, one of you is wearing white and the other is wearing green. Okay, if that resonates with you, then maybe this one is for you. Okay, so for some of you, when you look at it, when you look at the page of wands, that person is traveling. Okay, so it can really be a physical travel, walking away from the situation where that nurtures. At the same time, here also we see here a person walking away, and this person is wearing, I don't know if this person is wearing a bandana or a jacket. I'm not sure. Yeah, this person is walking away. I think there's a bag on the left side of this person as this person walks away. Do you have a habit of carrying the bag on the left? Well, yeah, there's a bag on the left side of the person. Okay, anyway, that's it. Let's go to the self care tips. Okay, so for our self care tip, the message is compassion for others begins with kindness to ourselves. Well, when you free yourself of a bad habit, it's really a very, very kind gesture towards ourselves. And when we look at the two people who are meeting each other, one is white and the other is green. Both are capable of loving people, but they need to be kind to themselves. Okay, so they need to free themselves also from, they need to undergo the transformation. They need to nurture themselves. And then below it says here, carry this affirmation with you today. Okay, so repeat it to yourself. We start it now. And it says here, I am here right now. And that is enough. So if you are arriving in the airport, You just say to this person who's meeting you, I am here right now, and that is enough. Okay. Your presence is already enough. The presence of your friend in order to help you free yourself from the situation is already enough. It is just what you need. Okay. Sometimes, in the moment of helplessness, wherein, for example, somebody needs help and you couldn't really get to that person. I mean, you are there with that person, but you couldn't get into that spot where that person feels their loneliness. You know how it is. You are there, and yet you couldn't enter into that space of loneliness that the person has. So the only thing that you can do is to sit beside the person and to make the person know that they are not alone and you cannot do anything anymore. The person has to free themselves from the situation. So in a certain sense, your presence is already enough. Sometimes also when you are in a situation where you try to fix things, but the more you try to fix it, the worse it gets, no? So it's better for you to just to be quietly be there. Sometimes the presence is already enough. Okay. Uh, let's now go to the internal self-care. It says in the internal self-care, think of something you often tell yourself that involves the word should. Yeah, the word should can be a little demon that prevents us from being at ease. They are like an imp. They keep on bothering you. Ah, I should do this. I should do that. I should like this. I should like that. Okay. It's like there is a certain way you should arrange something in your table. Oh, it should be like this. It should be like that. They are little things which, in a certain sense, at the start they can be helpful, but too much of it can shackle us also. We shouldn't be we should not lose our spontaneity by because of the shoulds and shouldn'ts. No, I mean, yes, they help us in a certain sense, for especially if it's a sort of like getting things organized. Like, for example, there is a certain spot for everything, so that when you need it, you know where to get it. Okay, yeah, there is a certain thing, but there is also a certain thing where you are obsessed already by having things in their order, that when they are askewed, the alignment is not really they are a little bit askewed. You feel uneasy already, you feel anxiety already, so it's already going to the extreme. uh, the normal is getting into the middle road, wherein yes, you have a certain order, but it doesn't shackle you. You have the freedom to be spontaneous anytime. You can sort of like, sometimes when you know you are close to somebody and you just want to fool around, you disorganize something that they are sort of like obsessive about, and then they lose their composure, and then later on you smile about it, you laugh about it, and then you realize, yeah, you became obsessed already with something. So you think of something, the shoulds, no? What are these shoulds that shackle us? So think of something you often tell yourself that involves the word should. Now is the moment to let those words go. Okay, those little demons that shackle us, it's time for us to free ourselves from them. Okay, breathe in deeply and exhale. You are here right now. You are enough. Okay. Even if you do not even if you do not do these shoots and shouldn't, it's your presence that matters. Okay. Now take whatever resonates with you. Let's go to the external self-care. The voice we use to speak to ourselves internally can be a constant friend or a constant tormentor. The same goes for the voice we use with others. Today, notice the words and the tone you use in conversation with other people. Are you supportive of others' ideas, or do you always find ways to challenge them? Are you generally curious about others, or Do you find other people tiresome? Do you encourage people to express themselves around you, or do you tend to shy away from interactions? Yes, it's true. Whatever is your internal talk or internal conversation, it manifests with the way we deal with the world. If our internal talk is always putting ourselves down, so usually we do not have the confidence when we are among other people. When the self talk is always positive inside, then the message you always give to the world is something positive. So even when it is raining, you find the cloud, the rainbow that is about to arrive. Even if it has not yet arrived, you can already somehow predict that there will be a rainbow after the rain. So yeah, the internal talk influences a lot our exterior interactions. Now let's continue. Noticing these external tendencies of not only words but also tones, okay? Yeah, tones. Yeah. Mm, okay. Just by humming, you can already show the energy that are different, okay? It can be also a hum that is people can sense if your is positive or negative or anger or happiness, okay? Curiosity also, okay? So also the tone, no? Not only does the inner reflect the outer, but the outer reflects the inner. It's true. When there's a lot of clutter in your table, it affects the inner world. If you are troubled right now, there are a lot of inner chatter. Sometimes the best way to calm that inner chatter is to clean your desk or clean your bed or clean your room. As you clean your room, sooner or later the inner chatter also learns to subside. Okay. So if you cannot control your inner world, then change your outer world. If you cannot control your outer world, then change your inner world. They are interconnected. Okay. Without judgment, learning more about the voice you use internally and the voice you use out in the world can help you choose with intention the reality you wish to create for yourself and others. So, if you are going to change your world, there are certain moments when you need to change your interior world to change the exterior world, and to change the inner world sometimes you need to change your exterior world. So sometimes when you are in a situation that you couldn't free yourself, sometimes the best approach is to walk away and keep yourself away from that situation to finally set yourself free. Well, that's it for today. I hope it has been beneficial for you. I look forward to seeing you again in our next readings. So always remember, the Good Morning Tarot is always a general reading. It's for all signs. Every day we have for the special reading and also for Tarot to Go and Tarot Nightcap. It's usually, it is always dedicated to one element. Uh, so every day there is one element that we dedicate to. And since there are three members of that element, every 4 days there will be a reading for each element. It just rotates between Tarot to Go, Tarot Nightcap, and that special reading. The special reading right now is more of the four elements tarot reading. Okay. So usually we start with the with the timeless oracle reading that is in midnight. In the morning we have the good morning tarot, tarot to go at lunchtime, the special reading at around in the afternoon before sunset, and finally at night before sleeping we have the tarot nightcap. Anyway, that's it for today. Hope to see you again next time. Until that time, may God continue to bless your ways.